No podcast. Feel like ranting. But not about work. This is more of a private rant sesh of my inner thoughts when it comes to racing. You know, for as long as I can remember, from the moment, I mean, even before I had my first car, when I stole my family's Camry, I drove around hoping to try to find someone to race with it. Piece of shit Camry, like a 91 Camry 4-cylinder. Didn't find anyone, whatever. I remember one time I stole the Dodge Neon and I found an Infiniti to race. And I raced it. Right? And when I got my first car, the first night I went racing. Drag racing. And after that, that's all that mattered to me, was racing. So I'd, go to the street races. Any type of racing I could do. I found, like, after street racing, I found drifting. And I would go drifting in a Civic with guys who had 240s, and I learned to pull the handbrake and slide, and then I went to the river bottom and did it in the dirt, and I learned rallying, and everything was about speed and racing. I've been racing canyons for 12 years, but I was racing cars, I mean, I've been racing cars for 15 years, whether it be drag, fucking around with drifting, off-roading, it doesn't matter. Any sort of competition driving. Right. And from day one, like literally from the day that I discovered mountains and started racing up in the mountains, right? Or I started racing on Potrero. That's the first road I ever found. That's the first road I started to race on, right? And like I would chase everyone there, day and night. Anytime I could be there, I'd be there. And even as a kid, just coming up, I became the fastest on Potrero, sure. But then like I heard about this guy's fast on Balcom. Oh, Grimes. It was Grimes Canyon. And without any hesitation, I went to Grimes Canyon, practiced it, and then called the guy out and raced it. And then Balcom. And I did that. I repeated it. Any 805 person who raced any of those 3 roads, someone would tell me, hey, oh, I know so-and-so drives Balcom. Really? Ask him if he wants to race. Really? Yeah. Okay. What I'm saying is, from day one, anytime I found out someone drove a certain road, I'd go to that road and race it. Right? I never would call, because this shit don't make no damn sense to me. I never would call people out and say, hey, like, oh, you drive canyons and you think you're fast? That's crazy. Like, hey, race me. But come to my road. Race me on my road. Oh, you don't know my road? That's fine. Just race me here anyway. As a young driver, I had the mental capacity to understand like that. There's no pride in that. What am I going to get out of beating someone on a road that they don't know? Nothing. Right? And it all began when I started hitting Mulholland. Right? I started hitting Mulholland every night, non-fucking stop, till 3-4 in the morning, just driving up and down, chasing everyone. I didn't care. It could be a Porsche GT3 or a 240SX or a Miata or fucking, I didn't care. I chased. And that's how I became known as the guy who just raced everyone. And I won. And I was always at a disadvantage car-wise, always. The only time technically that I've ever been at a full advantage is when I had the Evo, right? But pretty much I think after maybe the first 2 years, right? So for the first 2 years at Snake, I would just race Snake and the 23, and I kept racing Potrero and Grimes and Balcom. But the thing was, when I was young, I was actively looking for a race all the time. Hey, oh, you have a friend who runs? Like, what road? Okay. Stunt? What's that? I've never been there. All right, well, show me where Stunt is. The same shit. I'd practice it for a night. Okay, I think I know it good enough. All right. Ask your friend if he wants to race me. Yeah, he'll race you next week. All right. So for those next 7 days, I'd practice the road. And then I'd race and I'd win. And this is how I found all the roads, by racing people on them. So I Stunt, Payuma, Saddle Peak, Tuna, Mulholland Inbound, which became my home turf, like my main home road. Latigo, Yerba Buena. When I was fucking very fresh to the canyons, like I had barely found a Potrero, I went to the street races in Camarillo, and they said, people were like, oh, these guys are going to go up to the canyons and run. And I was like, cool, I'm there. Didn't ask where, I just followed them, and we ended up going up one of these roads that we're going to pass pretty soon, which is Yerba Buena. I didn't care because I was the one looking for the race. If I'm looking for the race, that means I have the confidence to call you out. So I should have the confidence to run you on your road. It's just common sense to me. I don't fucking get it. Right? So after 2 years of doing that, where I became really known as the guy who just raced everyone. Like anytime anyone, thought they were tough shit, pull up to Snake. Does anyone that like might want to run? Yeah, I know a guy. My phone rings. What's up? Hey, this guy wants to race. Where? Mulholland. Okay, I'm on the way. I would always say where and when. I was always going to think where? When? Okay, I'm down. I never... So frustrating. For 12 years, I didn't turn anyone down. No one. I was just like, where? All right. Where? All right. Where? All right. And I'd say I did that for like, I don't know, 8 years? No, 7 years I was doing that. Just where? Okay, yeah, I don't care. No, I mean, no. I'm getting confused. I've done that all the way up until now. That if I'm going to call someone out, I'll go to their road. Or if someone's looking for a race and I'm interested, I'll go to their road. But through those 12 years, I also consistently and never said no to a challenge when someone like, hey, like, run me on this road. All right. Run me on this road. All right. Run me on this road. All right. And I found, like, as I got older and all the adrenaline of being young, dumb, and crazy as fuck, it, like, dawned on me, like, yo, everyone's trying to put me at a disadvantage. Wait a minute. You quickly realize who's trying to knock your head off, pretty much, like, who's throwing haymakers. And then it became like, wait a minute. Like, if you call me out, why don't you race me on my road? No, I don't know your road. Well, why do you want me to race on your road if I don't know your road? When you won't race on my road because you don't know my road. Well, I mean, you think you're all fast. Okay, but you called me out. If you call me out, and so if you call me out, clearly you think you're faster than me, right? All right, so if you think you're faster than me, then fucking beat me on my fucking home road. Don't make no fucking sense. I don't get it. Like, where's the pride in beating someone on a road they don't know? And then it became like, I have a friend who, I can't make this shit. I have a friend with a Lamborghini who wants to race. All right. I've beaten a fucking Aventador in my fucking Evo. A fucking Aventador, and I had to go to Payuma because I didn't, of course I'm not going to pick a road I know. All right, let's go even deeper than that. Let's go even deeper. All right. When I had my Evo, I realized, 14 miles to the gallon, this ain't it. You know, even if I babied it, I'd get 14 because the E85 blend. Okay, and I had a really aggressive tune. So I was like, I need a daily. Why not go back to my roots and get myself a spec? The Nissan Sentra SCR Spec V, the B15. So 02 to 06, but I would always buy 05, 06s. I bought the most cherry 06. Red, just amazing, right? And that car was meant to be my daily and the car that I take up when I feel like it for fun. I repeat, for fun, I would take it up. Right? And I would do my thing. I would just drive it and enjoy having a slow, really slow car and just have a blast. And yeah, if I'm sitting at Snake, I'll chase people. That's my choice. That's my prerogative. If I feel like chasing someone, I'll chase someone. If I feel like it. But you know what fucking started to happen? This is the type of shit I've had to deal with for 12 years, and people don't fucking, they just like, for some reason can't grasp this. But, alright, I had an Evo. Evo 8 RS, full mountain spec. Just full mountain spec. Nasty alignment. Almost 400 horsepower. Stripped to all fuck. It was insanely light, insanely good. Just a beast, right? That was my quote-unquote race car. During the Evo era, I would get called out all the fucking time, right? And I would go, I'd show it. But then when I got the Sentra, and people found out about that, so I would go to other people's roads and smack them in the Evo, right? For the most part. One time I went to GMR, and I've always had bad luck at GMR. I raced this Miata at GMR, and he beat me. But let me just say this, he went to Snake like 3 months later, and I massacred him. So, we're 1 for 1. Anyway, hey, but I went to his road. I took the risk. And then he came to mine like a man, and he took the risk. Whatever. Anyway. One of the worst times for me as a driver is when I owned the Sentra and Evo, right? And the Sentra would get me to work and back. Had AC, power steering, a nice sound system, completely stock, don't worry about cops. I'd get call-outs. Hey, my boy wants to race you. Oh, yeah? Yeah, okay, I'm down. Yeah, but he wants to race the Sentra. What does he have? Oh, he has a M3, and it's a stripped M3 with a cage. Well, why does he want to race the Sentra then? Like, I have a race. So he wants to race his race car against my daily. Is this what we're saying? Yeah, that's what he wants. Well, why does he race my Evo? Oh, he doesn't want to race your Evo. It's too fast. Wait a fucking minute. All right, wait. So we're racing. This is what we do. We race. We're racers. But you don't want to race the race car. You want me to take my daily driver up there. Got it. And there was people who'd call me out to bring my daily on their road. And sometimes I do it because if I get the scrub vibe that they're a scrub, or at the very minimum, they have a car that is similar to mine. Like, oh, well, I mean, it's a stock Civic. Oh, all right, well, stock Sentra, stock Civic, I'm done. Oh, it's just a little Miata. Miata, Sentra, fine, fuck it. Oh, it's a B swap strip Civic. It's still just a Civic. All right, I'll give it a shot. You know, but then like it was just mind blowing to me that people with Corvettes would want to race the Sentra. Like, where is your sense of pride? So on your home road, in your 500 horsepower car, you're calling out a guy who's never driven your road, or who's barely driven your road, in his 175 crank horsepower stock Nissan Sentra sedan. This is what we do. And I've had to deal with it. And the fucking worst part, this is actually the worst part for me. The people I'd be like, no. If they want to race me, I'll bring the Evo. No, well, they don't want to do it then. And they're asking, why are you scared? Why am I scared? Why am I scared? You're calling me out in your race car on your home road, and you want me to bring my daily because my Evo is quote unquote too fast. But why am I scared? Where in God's name is the fucking logic? What I fucking hate people. That type of shit, as I got older, would get to me and get to me and get to me. And now at 33, where I'm no longer competitively driving, I'm just literally driving for me and battling whenever I feel like it. And I still get it. Still to this day. Oh, why don't you come on to the 33? Why? Why? Yeah, race this Corvette on the 33. A Corvette on a high-speed road, suck my dick. Yeah, I got a friend with an M3 wants to race you on ACH. Of course he does. Of course he does. I have I have less than 200 torque. But where was that energy when I had the Evo? Oh, now that I have an S2000, you want to race me uphill on a high-speed road in your fucking super high horsepower car, and I don't know the road. Oh, but I'm scared. Okay. See, here's the fucking thing about the gift and the curse. I've ranted about this before. There's a gift and the curse about doing what I've done. Yes, a lot of clout. Yes, a lot of admiration. Yes, it's kind of fun sometimes. Like, oh shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know, oh fuck your joke, dude. Oh man, I've loved you since fucking yada yada. Oh, dude, thank you, appreciate it. I mean, of course, stroking the ego always feels good. But the curse is, all these years, I've only lost a true battle twice. Once to Evo Steve, and he was downhilling and he was driving a fucking 8.6 downhill versus my VR4. But L is L, and Bobby, which is the most respectable L I've ever taken. Because he challenged me on my home road, downhill, versus my Evo, which is a downhill car. Fine. Hey, respect. And you know what's crazy? Evo Steve's the legend, Bobby became a legend. Beating me made Bobby a legend. Had I beaten Bobby, had my Evo been able to do another couple rounds, and I beat Bobby, no one would talk about it. They would say, yeah, he was pretty quick, man. He almost beat Joe. And that's the end of the story. But now Bobby's a full-fledged legend because he beat me. Because of my reputation. I've won so many battles, took on so many challenges. I've been the underdog by long shot and won the race and done this and done that and passed this person. And my friend's a pro and you beat him. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. But now it feels to me like people are, now it's even worse now because I almost got 35,000 followers on TikTok, all these. Now it's more than just a local legend. Now it's like people from fucking, the other side of the country know who I am and call me a legend. I feel like people are starting to try to piggyback off of it. There's a couple who I feel try to piggyback off that, and a couple who I feel are just ignorant. They're just stupid. Because I get it. Hey, I get it. You hear the stories, right? You hear the stories. People, because that's how you become a legend. A legend is word of mouth. You hear the stories. You hear what I've done. People tell you who I've been. People tell you what I've done. Well, I have to see it for myself. Well, here's the fucking problem. I'm now 33, been doing it for 12 years. I don't really care enough to fucking prove it to you. Because you're a nobody. Here's the thing. You heard of me, but I've never heard of you. I've never. Who are you? You've done what? And then I asked locals, the kids, because I'm connected with the young generation. Yo, do you know this guy? No, never heard of him. What in the fuck? This guy's talking like he's confident enough to beat me, but no one knows you. No one fucking knows you. You haven't even raced the kids. You're skipping all the contenders, and you want to go for me. I don't know. That just doesn't sit right with me. I'm not saying I'm too good to race people. I'm saying, why me? Why are you picking me? I'm pretty sure it's because you're trying to piggyback. Because you want to be that guy. You want to be that guy. Yeah, I beat Joe. You want to be that. And you know what? I'm so fucking sick of it that I'm not gonna. No. Worse than racing and beating you, I just won't acknowledge you. I just won't acknowledge racing you. No, I'm good. Nah, I'm bored. No thanks. I'm tired. You gonna come out tonight? Nah. Oh, we're not. I'm gonna be up there. Oh, that's cool, man. But nah, I'm good. they sunning these kids? And you know what's funny is, I think 2 of them. Who's really on my shit list? There's 3 that want to race me. One is my age with the Corvette. One is a little. I think he's like 26, and he has a fucking like pro-charged S2000. And who was the third? The Benz. The Benz. There's a guy with a Benz. And okay, fuck it. I'm gonna just put it out there. The Corvette guy, I just low-key can't stand him. As a person, don't know him, can't judge him. But as a driver, he represents everything that I fucking hate. Outside of being a poser, because he's not a poser. He's fast. He's fast. I'm not gonna take that from him. But what he's done, first off, he's a self-proclaimed legend. When anyone outside of his home road of the 33, no one knows him. No one knows him. Not a single soul. People know of him because he slides in everyone's DMs. Everyone. He calls everyone out. Hey, let's run. That's his thing. Hey, let's run it. And he hits up legends. You know. And he's like, yeah, let's run. And everyone's like, yeah, I'm down. But on my road. Okay. So the uphill, extremely high speed road that no one knows or cares to learn versus your insanely OP Corvette. And he's been doing this for years, smacking lower horsepower cars or cars less than his cars on a fucking high speed uphill. There's nothing to it. There's nothing to it. Just outpower people. I don't respect that. And for years I told him, come to my road. Come to my road. Come to Malibu. Come to Malibu. Come to Malibu. Right? And like months ago I posted me driving Decker. And in the fucking video I'm saying, fuck, I need to learn Decker. I suck at Decker. He finally said he's gonna come to Malibu and he wants to race me. Fucking sweet. What road do you want to race on? Decker. Okay. So I'm known for Snake, 23, stunt, and inbound. Latigo, people who love Latigo, I'm not a contender there. I don't drive Latigo. And it's the same thing with Decker. I don't drive Decker. I've accepted challenges on Decker. Like, there's this guy who had an Integra, and I had the Evo. And everyone was like, yo, this guy swears he's the fastest. I was like, well, if he's the fastest, I'll race him. Okay, now, all right, I get it. Someone right now is watching this thinking, oh, well, fuck, dude, there you go. You have an OP car. You're picking on an Integra with an Evo. Same shit as the Corvette. Okay. Well, here's the thing. So I called him out. All right, and I didn't call him out to my road. I didn't call him out to Snake. I said, oh, you run Decker? You're the fastest? I'll run you. Oh, no. Oh, why not? Well, the Evo's too fast. Okay. I have a friend with a BRZ. I could just borrow his BRZ. There you go. Bolt-on BRZ versus fucking GSR Turbo Integra. Come on now. I literally will borrow a lower horsepower car to make it even. He declined. And then I got called out by DA Steve, who was the fastest single lane driver on Decker, but he was driving a Civic. And I was in my Sentra. I was a Civic versus Sentra. That's fair. I'll take that race. See what I'm saying? So anyway, the Corvette guy. I fucking can't stand the thought of a man who thinks so highly of himself when all that's like a guy saying that he's the best fighter in the world when all he's done is beat up on 5th graders. What the fuck? Alright, now the Benz. Alright, here's the thing about the Benz. The Benz driver, his home road is stunt. Bear in mind, my home road isn't stunt. But, yeah, I'm pretty good on stunt. Pretty confident on stunt, right? The night we met, we raced, I massacred him. Then we met up another time, I massacred him. Then we met up one more time, and I massacred him. 3 massacres, right? And then again, he would hit me up, stunt tonight? Well, you know, I've raced you 3 times on stunt, why don't you come to my road? 23. I don't even know where that is. You know, I'll pinpoint it for you. You get plenty of time to practice and just let me know. You know, check it out. A month later. So stunt tonight? Motherfucker. Yeah, I got a new V8 swap. I just want to test it out. Do you? Okay. If you and your car have improved, race me on my road. What happened? You're making the call out. Because when you don't hit me up, Mr. Benz guy, I totally forget you even fucking exist. Because you're a no one. No one knows you. No one of importance knows your existence. You don't battle anyone. You just want to attempt to be the guy that beats me. You can't. It's not even I'm beating your fucking supercharged Mercedes-Benz uphill in the S2000. Downhill is pathetic. It's not even fucking God. Right? Alright. And then lastly, there's this S2K guy. Oh my God. This fucking guy is so fucking cringe. So, this is the kind of guy who sits on a high horse and tries to tell everyone the way of the world. He like comments on everyone's Canyon videos and says like, well, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong, you're doing... No one asks your fucking opinion. No one cares for your opinion. No one knows who the fuck you are. Right? And this guy was at the 33, and I get a phone call from, so I forget who. Hey man, you should come to the 33 tonight. Why? There's an S2000 that wants to race you. On the 33? Who the fuck has an S2000 on the 33, first off? The only person on the 33 who has an S2000 that I know of is Choche, and I'll gladly race him because we both have stock S2000s, and I know I'm a better driver than him. Fine. On his home road. Nah, man, this guy's got a supercharged or pro-charged S2000. Oh, I'm sorry. You want me to race a pro-charged S2000 up a road I don't know? Got it. Because my S2000 is bone fucking stock. Interesting. It's crazy how that works, but got it for sure. No. It turns out this fucking idiot lives in Malibu. All right, you live in Malibu then. Well, let's get it. You race you out Payuma. Oh, okay. You're calling me out. You comment on my shit. You see videos of me driving and you comment, this is gonna be fun. What? What's gonna be fun? Who the fuck are you? I ask people who live in Malibu, live on the mountain pass, and they don't know who the fuck you are. That's fucking sad. You claim to live on the road, you claim to be Mr. Knows-It-All, but no one knows who you are. So where do you get your runs in? Where do you get your practice in? Who the fuck are you? Don't make no goddamn sense, man. So the pro-charged S2000, V8 AMG swap to Mercedes-Benz, and a Corvette all want to race me on their roads versus my stock S2000. Okay. Oh, I just couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine being. I don't know how else to say. I want to say like. I can't imagine being that much of a bitch, but like, that's kind of harsh, but it's like, you are kind of being a puss. You have to put someone at that much at a disadvantage to race you on your home road? You must not be that fast on your home road then. The fuck are you talking about? I'll race anyone in any car on my home roads. I don't care. I'll accept the challenge. I'll race you tonight. All right, I'll skip work. I'll race you, bitch. But that's not how it is. That's not how it is. Oh, man. Sucks the fun out of driving for me. Because I know in their little fucking peanut brains they're saying, I called him out and he fucking backed out. No one backed out, bitch. No one backed out. I'm just not going to give you the race you want. You want to race me? You want a piece of me? Come and get it. I'm not going to go and fucking give you a piece of me. You want it? Come and get it, motherfucker. So sick of these fucking Canyon pussies. Straight up. No pride. Everyone wants an easy win. You don't become a legend by taking easy races.